Realm of the Mad God was made by Wildshadow Studios for a competition using a sprite sheet anybody can buy right now. Seriously, there it is. This first studio, Wildshadow, largely set the framework for the game up until 2012. They created a majority of the content you currently have in the game, including the majority of the realm itself and dungeons. The first 13 classes were added over a short period of time. Dungeons came frequently as well. The game got pretty darn popular during this time, and there was a lot of really weird stuff in the very beginning, like orcs spawning in the realm, pets were cosmetic, and I could go on and on. A lot of little neat things came around in 2012. We've got guilds, the game on the Steam store, a 4th of July celebration. Some of the last dungeons added to the game by Wildshadow were the Manor, Forbidden Jungle, and Ocean Trench. But then, soon after, came the Day of Reckoning, a day that would never be forgotten by true Realm of the Mad God fans. Alright, enough memeing. Kabam bought the game. They bought Wildshadow and Realm, and they proceeded to introduce some new things. Early Kabam wasn't that bad, but there were certainly some missteps along the way. Kabam started their reign of terror in June of 2012, and swiftly after, we got the Mad Lab and Davy Jones' locker. Around this time, we got the Olympic celebrations too, where the long-forgotten medals came from. Exciting stuff. In October, we got a massive content drop with the Ninja. Alongside this, they had a big promotion with Congregate too. This promotion entailed the Ninja, Pet Ants, and the Cave of 1,000 Treasures. Amulets of Resurrection became zombification ones. They were previously heavily duped during October, and Kabam argued their rarity had become too common, and ruined the permadeath of the game. After that, we got the Candyland and Haunted Cemetery. 2012 also gave us a lot of quality of life changes, like HP MP stashes, and backpacks. Interestingly, it was actually the HP MP stashes that caused the aforementioned duping exploit, as anything could be spawned in for 5 gold. After this, Kabam started to screw up a lot. Not everything was horrible, but as much as I love the meme god Mike Sellers, they weren't doing everything perfect around here. The infamous potions removed from the Godlands update kicked us off into 2013. The Rock Dragon was added shortly later, which actually stirred up quite a bit of controversy. Its fast speed and high damage caused a lot of players to be furious of its one-of-a-kind insta-kill capabilities. Alongside the Rock Dragon, the Lair of Draconis was accidentally added. In a rather hilarious incident, the dungeon was accidentally released on production, and tons of players got tier 14 equipment, the Ninja Jttyye, and an early look at the dungeon. In the end, the mistakes, including the duped and illicitly gotten equipment, were removed, and players got the Consolation of Draconis instead. In March of 2013, we got another massive shakeup with pets, now getting abilities and levels like they have now. Pets are still debated to this very day, but they brought in lots of revenue towards the game. Kabam also released the Arena. Moving on, they added the Forest Maze. Again, not much more to say. They added the Epic Dungeons, which a lot of people rightfully called out as lazy. And then, the Realm event that would be talked about for eons occurred. After a while of threats, a hacker under the username SWATSec essentially destroyed the game and forums for a few days. The damage caused was pretty extreme and also pretty hilarious. Nexuses all over the game were covered in oryxes, and people all over died. In the end, we got the Battle of the Nexus dungeon out of it, and a lot of free stuff. Great times. Closing off the year of constant screw-ups was something great, the Shatters. The Shatters was a dungeon idea that came from the old Wildshadow forums, and had been consistently one of the most popular fan ideas for the game. And we enter 2014. We got Belladonna's Garden for Valentine's Day, Shaitan's Lair soon after, and a while later, the bag system for the game got changed. People who play now probably recognize these little eyesores all over the deserts and low-level areas. In the past, these low-tier items dropped in brown bags. With this update, they got a new color, pink. 2014 was also the first year we got the fan-favorite Month of the Mad God, a month-long celebration full of free stuff and new content like skins and the Wizard Sun equipment. Then finally, after what felt like forever, we got the Lair of Draconis. Yeah, it took this long to be released after the initial accident, but here we are. Towards the end of the year, we got some more content with the Alchemist and Tinkerer. I know a lot of people criticize the Alchemist for being more paid content and stuff, and we all know how the Alchemist and Tinkerer turned out, so I'll just continue. Soon after, we got the Puppet Master's Theater, which is certainly a fan favorite dungeon. Afterwards, we got some major class changes since basically forever. Priest, Paladin, and Mystic pretty much became not horrible thanks to the Wisdom modifier. Closing off the year was the Ice Cave. All in all, 2014 actually wasn't too bad, but the game sort of spiraled into mediocrity later. 2015 had nothing. The friends list was something, I guess, but it was largely a year of absolutely no content. There was even a huge stretch of time in between January and June where absolutely nothing was added. The game was literally manned by a single person. It was really bad. It's actually a surprise the game didn't completely die. Realm of the Mad Month is a masterpiece that does a good job documenting just how bad the game was at this point. 2016 is when stuff got back on track. As I'm sure many of you remember, the game shifted hands. The tyrant Kabam had been kicked off his throne, and in the company's place came our saviors Jtye. I'm sure most of you know Jtye's history, but they started out by adding the Hive, Encore, and Sewers. Mountain Temple came out in 2017, and the Nest and Lost Halls came later. Towards the end of 2017 we got the Parasite Chambers, and alongside all of this they added the login calendar system, the new Tinkerer, and a massive amount of rebalances, reskins, and event chests. Who doesn't love event chests? Hell, they even buffed Sorcerer. And here we are. To date this video massively, for anybody watching in the future, we've been hinted at a Goblin dungeon a couple of times. Right now we're in the thick of the first weekly dungeon thing that's got some really wonderful drop rates. Anyways, I hope everybody enjoyed watching this video. I tried to make it not just patch notes, but it is sometimes hard for history videos of games to escape that. I hope I had some interesting commentary and made this recap quick. Hopefully new players can come to appreciate just how far the game has come. I personally started playing back in 2012 with my brother, who helped create some parts of this video. Thanks for watching.